The sky was clear and blue when the small plane carrying Adam, Emily, and their son Noah took off for their dream vacation. They were heading to a tropical island to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. But things didn't go as planned. Suddenly, mid-flight, the plane encountered a technical malfunction. The aircraft shook violently, and they began to descend rapidly towards the dense jungle below. With alarms blaring and the plane trembling, Emily tightly held onto 10-year-old Noah's hand, while Adam desperately tried to regain control of the plane. Despite his efforts, they crashed deep into the jungle. When they regained consciousness, they found themselves in the heart of a dark and thick jungle. Sunlight barely pierced through the massive leaves of the towering trees. The plane was completely wrecked, but miraculously the family had survived. Emily had a few minor cuts, Adam had a gash on his arm, and Noah seemed mostly unharmed, though clearly shaken by the crash. Adam quickly gathered himself, saying, "We need to move. We can't stay here for long." It was clear they needed to find shelter before nightfall. The family began cautiously making their way through the jungle, surrounded by unfamiliar animal sounds. The trees were thick and tall, sometimes blocking their path entirely with intertwined vines and plants. But with Adam's experience in the outdoors, he managed to lead them carefully, using a metal rod he had salvaged from the wreckage to clear the way. After hours of searching, they found a small cave on higher ground. It was safe enough for the night. Emily gathered some dry branches, and Adam started a small fire to keep them warm and to ward off wild animals. They sat around the fire, catching their breath and contemplating their next move. In the days that followed, the family learned how to survive in the jungle. Adam hunted small animals and fished from the nearby river, while Emily gathered edible fruits. Noah helped build a better shelter using large branches and vines. Despite the tough conditions, they adapted to jungle life. One day, while walking along the river, Noah spotted smoke rising in the sky from a distance. "Dad, Mom, there's smoke!" he shouted excitedly. The smoke was a sign of people nearby, and possibly their way to safety. They made their way towards the smoke, navigating through the dense jungle and crossing small rivers, until they reached a small village inhabited by locals. The villagers welcomed them with open arms, and through conversation, the family learned that this small settlement had periodic contact with the outside world. After a few days, the family managed to communicate with rescue teams, and they were finally saved. After days of struggle and survival in the jungle, the family returned to their normal life. However, the adventure they experienced taught them valuable lessons about patience, strength, and sticking together as a family. They became closer to one another and realized that the greatest treasure they had wasn't something material. It was their love and unity as a family.